y'all, it's the Ringside Club Paul. A.O. Blame Boogie, Chad Law. The power's back, triple power bomb. The big dog trio in the stream, y'all. Go outside, hit the venue guard. It's all love when you see us, Lord. Back to the pad, on air for the pod. Ringside Club, intro to the squad. Let the show start. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. What up with it, man?
We here. It's the almighty RSC another Thursday night, man.
Yeah, man. Mightiest of the mighty. First time we tap back in with y'all since last month. Oh, let me hit the reverse on you can make sure everything is copacetic. Turn that mirror off. There we go. What's good with you, man? How we feeling?
Feeling chipper. Feeling real chipper tonight, man. Eager, just watching this Buffalo Bills game and Texans, you know what I mean? In the meantime, while we watch MLW, it's been a productive week. Got a lot of content off. Got a lot of good situations brewing with some of these restaurants. So shout out to all my food people that's watching what's going on. We got some good things coming. And yeah, also big ups to everybody that's been enjoying the RSCs and 60s, man. They've definitely been letting me know on TikTok. Like, I mean, you already know the vibes. TikTok is with wrestling content. It's A1 over there, man. So salute to y'all that definitely engaged with the RSC and 60. You know, we try to keep it up. Just in the meantime, you know what I mean? There's so much content that's going on in WWE land that AO is just sick of that, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, we're not going to spend every Thursday like how we used to do in the early days just telling y'all about our gripes and hyperboles about what should happen. It's just like, yo, here's a quick RSC and 60 about how we feel about what's going on during the week. You know what I mean? You gonna happen to see AO do some RSCs and 60s, you know what I mean? Do some of your own on that one. That's gonna be fly. We're gonna start seeing more of those. So we're gonna hit y'all with more quick strikes, you know what I mean, for the 2026. But this is the main pod every Thursday, or any Thursday night that we all gather ourselves together and want to talk some graps with y'all, man. We appreciate y'all for always rocking with us. We rock with y'all.
Absolutely. For starters, man, I was very happy to see you touch down over at Trent City. That is a household favorite, man. That's a staple on this side, man.
I love that place, man. Underrated. Yeah. Maybe I not say underrated, but I just, not a lot of people physically have been. They see it online, but they haven't actually been themselves. So, to my surprise, you know what I mean? To my surprise.
So we found it because my wife's family is Trini. So we would just like, what's around, and we hit the Uber Eats one day. It's like, yo, this is it. This is it. She was happy with it. I was happy with it, and we've frequented that spot both in person and on the delivery apps and all that. So
it's not as bad as some people might make it out to be. I feel like if you don't know, you might complain, but if you know, like you know what the vibes is. You see how
some people have said it's bad, or like the line itself, or
I mean, they just, people be huffing and puffing, but it's like I think they're just the people that have never actually experienced this culture and just the velocity of people that are coming to that restaurant. I mean, like the West Indian folks and black folks, but there were some of the others that were just like, it's just like, yo, come on, man. You see how busy this place is? Like,
listen, one thing my grandmother told me, if you go somewhere to eat and there's nobody there, you should probably not eat there.
You know what I mean?
If there's a line like that, at least there's a good chance that there's a few repeat customers. This ain't just hype. There's people that's been here before. Food is solid. You're gonna get your money's worth.
Went
good
there
things
twice.
Come to those who wait, man. Just like people have been waiting for the next episode of the Ringside Club. Good things come to people that wait. I mean,
appreciate that. Cheers to y'all, man. You know what I
mean? I'm gonna join you in a sip or two in a few moments, but before we really super duper get started, I got MLW down Gato in Charleston, South Carolina. That's on my screen right now. We have AEW this weekend. We're going to talk about Full Gear, get some predictions in about that show coming up. Before we get there, that good brother's name is Chad Law. My name is A.O. Baker. You are tuned into the Ringside Club. This is probably about this is over 3 years. I think we've been doing this here pod, building this brand. Shouts to everybody that's been tapped in across various moments of this journey, building this brand. Like Chad said, he's been hitting you with some of the RSC and 60s. I'm gonna jump in on a few of those as well. I've been doing my thing on the signature move side of things. Part of my fresh hat. Shouts to Blame Boogie. That's the hat that the good brother Chad is wearing right now. Yeah, you can catch us pretty much everywhere. Right now, we are live on X. We're live on YouTube. You can catch the on demand, of course, on YouTube if you missed the live, plus Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I'm gonna get back to updating those feeds as well. And then, of course, across all social media, uh, Instagram, TikTok, your X, Thread, and your hot.
Much love to the TikToks, man.
That's right.
TikTok and the threads.
Yeah,
Gun smoke. Gun smoke.
yeah. I mean, so yeah, my name is A.O. Baker. Chad, what up?
Feeling almighty. Very almighty tonight, my G. And once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all locking in with us. Y'all can catch us on the replay, on the retweets. I'm enjoying this MLW, man. This is very rare you've got me here for a Brock Anderson spectacle tonight, man. When AO hit me, because
Yeah,
we got to give some backstory. We got to give some backstory right
absolutely.
now.
Yeah,
My
I
man
tell you,
is
like,
just
yeah,
not enjoying the WWE product right now, and I respect it because I ain't really. I'm here for the content. Y'all know how I feel. That's why we've chopped it from a weekly 2-hour pod to RSC and 60 because there's a lot of product in the WWE that we just don't need to spend a whole hour talking about. You know what I mean? Between all of our personal lives, our work lives, holidays coming up, and we got a lot of projects in motion too. So it's just like now. Let's enjoy some MLW, some alternatives, because Lord knows TNA right now. I don't even know if they're on right now. And I don't think I really want to watch Kazarian be the TNA World Champion on my Thursday night.
stop, Kaz, stop.
We started that.
Yeah,
We, in fact, started that, yo.
yep.
We said stop, Kaz, stop. We laughed it off. And here he is.
He didn't stop, man.
He
He
did
didn't
not
stop, and
stop.
nobody stopped him. And now we got a TNA World Champ. Let me tell you about MLW. Be completely honest. I remember when MLW, because they've been around. I believe they started right around the same time that TNA and ROH started back in like the 02, 03 era, right around that time. And then they went away for a little bit. And I remember they came back. This has got to be roughly 10 years or so ago. Wale was involved with the promotion at that time. The instrumental for Bait, I think, was their theme song when they came back with MLW. Fusion was the name of the show. MLW Fusion was a weekly show. It's on beIN Sports. It was on YouTube. All of that. And a lot of the people that we watch right now on TV in AEW or WWE or TNA, they were super duper early. MLW was super duper early. Like Penta, Ray Phoenix. I yesterday or sometime earlier this week, I had MLW just on in the background, the YouTube channel, and they were running like best of Penta matches for a good hour and a half compilation. There's a couple of matches, him and Ray Phoenix going back and forth. They ran that, of course, in TNA as well. MJF, that's where we were all introduced for the most part to MJF.
Dynasty.
The Dynasty, exactly. Alex Hammerstone was a part of the Dynasty. What's your man's name? I think his wife, Alexa Toot, who's an announcer right now on AEW, she was from MLW. So bottom line is like we've always like kind of paid attention to MLW, but it's never been at the forefront for the most part because we're looking at some of the bigger promotions like in AEW or WWE. But as of late, I have tried to keep up here and there. I watched the last show that came out around Halloween. And look, some of the matches are good, some of them not so much, but this is a very easy watch. You know what I mean? You put it on, you don't have to, do a lot of heavy lifting to keep up with what's going on. And they're
Killer
bringing
Cross.
stars in. Yeah, you got Killer Cross right now. He's about to have a match with Matt Riddle tonight. I mentioned off air, there's a dude by the name of Diego Hill that everybody should be paying attention to, who's nice. I saw Scarlett was in here earlier. Shotzi's here. We have a few people here. The Skyscrapers are here as far as the Good Brothers and the Skyscrapers match was earlier today or earlier on this card. So it's a good, easy watch. I'm having a good time watching it. And, like you mentioned, like a lot of the stuff that's happening in WWE is just, I think it gets to a point sometimes where if you have a podcast where you talk about wrestling with anybody, it's almost obligatory because it's WWE. It's like, how you gonna talk about football without talking about the NFL? The difference there is I don't get paid for it, so I'll just not watch, and that's to be 100,000% is a big reason why the podcast hasn't been as consistent as it has been because I don't get paid for it. You know what I mean? Like if I ain't enjoying myself and I got 1,000 other things to do, I'm just not gonna watch. You know what I mean? So to your credit, Chad, like you've definitely been keeping up with everything much more so than I have, which is why those RSC and 60s have been ringing off. But yeah, ML man. And not for nothing. I like what was it's always good to have an alternative because you're gonna see like even the way that they have their arena set up with the big curved screen and the ring is on the stage, like it looks kind of cool. And it reminds me it's like some of the early NWA power,
Yeah,
like when they
a
came
little bit
back
of
with that show, where it's like an in-studio type of vibe, looks like they're in a theater or something, but it just looks different. It gives you a bit of a different feel. And I think that by itself is dope. Shouts to Court Bauer.
don't forget Jacob Fatu, man. That's where it all started. Watch that
Yo,
ride.
exactly. That's the big name, by
Yeah,
the
Jacob
way.
Fatu, man. We watched that
That's the
rise
big
from
name.
Contra, man, with the funny horn shoes.
Contra.
Joseph
Yeah,
Samael,
Joseph
you know what I
Samael.
mean? We was there for the OG days then.
Yeah, OG. Like this, that's where we were all introduced to Jacob Fatu as well. Like longest reign, he had a 900-day
Him and
reign or something like
Hammerstone,
that.
you know what I'm saying? People clamoring
And
for the dynasty
Hammerstone.
to this day. To this day.
There's always every time it seems like MJF is about to bring somebody in, Hammerstone's name is getting whispered. You know, every time.
Right now, Killer Cross and Matt Riddle are having a promo inside Matt Riddle's dojo. I believe this is what it is. And
Something like that.
what you feel about Killer Cross, man? How you feel things have been since the release? Have you? I don't know if you've been catching up too much. What's going on online? The Independence. He was just at House of Glory out here in Brentwood.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him on the House of Glory feed. I think that was the second show that he's done with House of Glory since he left WWE. He's here on MLW tonight. I've seen him popping in and out of different promotions here and there too. Like when I see him get introduced, when I saw him get introduced on House of Glory, he got a pop, big pop. So I don't know. Like I think Killer Cross is a lot of what happens. Like I think Matt Cardona is the blueprint for somebody that's been on a major. Cody's another one. You've been on a major, now you got to go hit the indies. I think as long as his work ethic is up and he's really, putting himself out there, he'll be fine. He's never been a guy that has like the the, the most varied move set as it is. So you're not looking to kill across for a Meltzer 5-star match.
You feel like
But he's there for presence and he's there for like a good brawl, I think.
I just like the way Tony Khan kind of like pivoted with that answer when Ariel
Oh,
asked
absolutely.
him
Yeah,
about
yeah.
stage.
He's like, I like Killer Cross. I like him a lot. I haven't talked to him in years.
And that's that. So, it's definitely interesting to see, especially with Matt Cardona, you know what I mean, coming back. Well, for the one-off. I don't think he'll actually be back in WWE full-time. I'm going to go on a limb and say I don't think it will be the case, but it is cool to see him finally get that return to WWE. It's like everybody's exit and return story is so different. Like nobody's story is always the same when it comes to them leaving WWE and then coming back. That's one thing I can absolutely say. Like not everyone has that same journey, yo. So
Very true. And I think like again, like wow, Arn Anderson is out here with his son. Arn Anderson is on
my man
MLW right
said, I
now.
don't need WWE. I don't need AEW holding it down with my man
Court Bauer
Court Beasley.
making those phone calls. Like everybody's path to and from WWE is they're definitely going to be different. It's really what you make it. Like once you, especially if you've been on WWE TV, you do have that marketing machine behind you that has built your name up to some point. Even if you were main event or not main event, it really doesn't matter as much because like you have some sort of marketing behind you
Right.
at some point. And then when you go and hit the indies, like your name is just going to be, even if it's not the name that you're able to use, because that's a big thing with WWE, as we all know, like they own your name. Put your face on that flyer, somebody's going to recognize you, and then you use your social media to make sure people know who you are. It is what you make it. You know what I mean? And I think that's how I feel about Killer Cross and really, anybody. There's a lot of people right now. The two girls are Noelle and I forget the other name, but the former Tegan Knox and her wife or girlfriend or something like
Nixon
that. That's
Neville,
what you don't want to
Nixon Newell,
mix and
yeah,
know.
Nixon Newell, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What just happened with them
Cosgrove.
is what you don't
I
want to
said
do.
Miranda
They
Cosgrove.
did, yeah, they did a
Shorty
match
from
with
Leslie
AEW
I'm bucket.
and then decided, nah, the match ain't long enough, and then just walked off. And reportedly, like I heard that she was complaining about not getting bookings, and then she did that. I don't know why you think that's gonna get you more bookings. Where you gonna get booked? That's what you don't want to do.
Yes, that is
Don't
definitely
do
not
that.
what you want to do because I don't know if MLW will even pick her up at that point, her and her girls. So that's
Yeah. I don't know. Court Bauer, man, he had Teddy Hart for a long time, so you know what I mean. He seen I saw people used to call him like the problematic wrestler whisperer. You know what I mean? Everybody that had an issue used to go to Court Bauer. He get something out of him.
yo. God bless Teddy Hart wherever he at, man, in society today, right now, man. I hope he out of jail at least. At the very
Bro,
least, I hope he's out of jail.
you remember that video I think we shared? Like he came out, he did a line off of Shorty's wrist, like on the way to the ring. Like he was in the arena and whoever was walking him to the ring just said, and he was like, and then just walked up the steps to get in the ring.
That's Teddy Hart for you, man. My man did imaginary 450s at one point, so you know what I'm saying.
Crazy time.
Shit different. It's different. It's
Crazy
different.
time.
It's
Crazy.
different. Shout out to everybody trying to make clean content for the 2026 too. I catch a lot of y'all podcasts that are making some clean content and trying to make more conscious effort to not curse. So shout to y'all, man, because we was definitely on it. Very much so these last couple of months. We've been letting y'all know, trying to keep it clean with the content. So that's why we haven't been letting off.
Yeah, man. You wanna make sure the nanas feel comfortable watching.
Absolutely. And it's just audio wise, like it's just more pleasing when I'm just listening to shows and I don't have to just know that
Right.
those words are gonna pop up at a glaring decibel. You know what I mean?
100%.
What else
100%.
has been shaking in the wrestling world, man? Did you catch Blood and Guts?
I loved it. I love Blood and Guts, man. Like if I have to pick out of the two, I'm gonna go. I thought the women's was a little bit better. I thought both of them were very long, but I think all of those war game style matches are gonna be really long as it is. I thought the women's match was dope. I thought the men's match was dope. I will say I would love for matches like that, but specifically that one to really be pulled out when necessary and as needed for the
Right,
storyline, much more so than it's that time of year to do it.
right,
Um, I think that goes across the board, like for anything, a cage match, a Hell in a Cell, like on that show, I think there were 4 matches. 2 of them were the War Games or the Blood and Guts matches. Then you had, Hangman and Powerhouse Hobbs in a no holds barred match. So it gets to a point where and I enjoyed all of them, like, I'm not
mm,
complaining about it. I'm just saying at some point with those big special matches, it's really nice to have that as a blow off for a feud as
agree.
opposed to, "Yo, it's November, let's just do it." Other than that, I don't really have anything to pick apart. Like there were little things here and there where you saw people weren't necessarily on the same page at that exact second, but what are you gonna do? Like it's wrestling. But all in all, man, I thought that I had a hell of a time. And if I'm making a prediction as to how the war games on the WWE side is gonna go, I'm probably gonna lean more towards enjoying the AEW because I feel like WWE, like with anything, is gonna overproduce it just a tad. And there'll be like just long
Especially,
moments of people staring, and you got to hear people talk. They get their words in, theater monologue, community theater monologue.
especially seeing how AEW put down. You know what I mean? Like they're definitely gonna have to step it up. So that's what I think AEW did a
Yeah.
good job of getting ahead of. I like the women's match. It was more
I
fun.
you said WWE would have to step it up, and I disagree only because I think we're at a point where they just clearly don't even try to do the same thing anymore. Like I think there's always going to be similarities because they're both TV promotions, but you're not going to see a drop of blood in war games.
But you will see a moment that I feel like will be, oh wow, like it didn't need blood, but like yo, this is OD for WWE levels. You know what I mean? Like
That's what I'm saying. Like I think for WWE levels, like you'll see a kendo stick, you'll see chairs, you'll probably see a table, maybe a stop sign. You know,
that's
you're
kind
not
of
gonna
why I'm
see
over the
broken,
match.
huh?
Like, I think like as you lay it out, it's like this reminds me of why I'm like, yo, I'm over the match. I said this on RSC in 60. I'm just like, I'm over this concept.
Yeah,
man.
like we know what we're gonna get.
Like, I almost would have rathered like just go back to the elimination style matches, which apparently from a tweet that I let off a couple days ago, that caught a lot of traction. A lot of people agreed on that. Like they were like, yo, I really do miss the genuine like elimination style portion of Survivor Series. Like this War Games thing is just overpopulated, and for the sake of getting people on, they're on. You know what I mean? Shout
Peace
to the
to the
geysers,
brothers, man. The Black Guy Wrestling Squad. We got to get up and do something before the end of the year. We should probably do 1-on-1, man. Have
Take a
us a
Sunday
show, but definitely have them up here
right
in the ringside clubhouse, man.
Yeah, Sirski.
Shouts to everybody over at the BG Dub.
Our geysers.
Yeah, but yeah, like which one did you prefer?
The women's match was just it was different. We haven't seen that ever.
Agree.
It immediately took me back to the Britt Baker Thunder Rosa match. Like it's crazy. Like that match is like etched in my mind as like one of the matches in AEW where it's like if it's gonna get gory, it's gotta look like this. And it's like when you look back at like the way Megan Bayne and Penelope and even Sky Blue who did the hard blade job, like that was up there. That was definitely up there as one of the memorable moments in AEW hardcore for women. So I tip my hat to them for even pulling that off. The men's just didn't excite me because it just felt like cruiserweight War Games. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like a star-studded War Games. Like the one thing WWE is gonna have that extra step over is like that men's side, like pause, just it looks, you know what I mean? Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Cody, like it just compared to Kyle O'Reilly, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin. You know what I mean? Like Pac, Wheeler Yuta. Like it just for a main event, it didn't feel like it needed to be the main event. Like this could have opened the show and the women could have easily main evented. Like, and that would have been Gunsmoke to me. I think the quality of the names just didn't make the match exciting to me. Like I think that's just what it was. I was just like, if anything, I like Kyle O'Reilly's portion, but what have they done to Kyle O'Reilly over the last 2 years to make us believe that Kyle O'Reilly is the next guy up for Hangman Page? Like, you know what I mean?
But I don't think that's what was necessary for Kyle O'Reilly. I don't think he plays that role regardless. I think the bigger story there was Mox.
Darby Allin can't get away from fucking Death Rider, effing Death Rider's faction.
No, I think the bigger story is Mox. Like we've seen him tap out. Yeah, I like what they're doing right now. Like, and the fans have caught on. You know, he's getting those "you tapped out" chants. He tapped out. Albeit after the match.
Good reinvention of his character, right?
Yeah, it's very interesting. You know what I mean? Like we're seeing him give up and quit and tap out a few times now. He's clearly past his breaking point. He's still able to win a match like he did yesterday, but he's not the same Mox as he's been from the very beginning. You know, the guy that would never give up. So I thought that was interesting. You know, and Darby is Darby, bro. Darby's a madman. You know, you're gonna see something that you either haven't seen in a very, very long time since the 90s, you know what I mean? Or something that you just haven't seen.
His body gonna get flung around somewhere vicious. Pac is definitely gonna hold him up, you know what I'm saying? Pause.
Yo, can we talk about Pac for a second, man? Is he on the gas? Like, yo, Pac looks crazy. He's always had a phenomenal physique. Like, he's always been in tip-top physical condition. However, since he's come back, I think partially has to do with the new gear. Because like black, he has the singlet on now, so black it makes his midsection look a little slimmer than usual. But my man is on the 80s juice right now, man. Pac looks crazy.
A show I will not mention said the Death Riders as a unit look like the crew from a Valvoline gas station. When you lie, and I can't unsee it because it's messing me up. When you put them all together in a photo lineup, and it's like, yo, this looks like the crew that's gonna tell you to back in. All right, yeah, for an oil change, yeah, for the top. It's like, yo, think about Daniel Garcia. Like, what do you think this guy's gonna change my oil? I'm supposed to be scared of this guy coming in with what fury? And I was just like,
Listen, man,
The
he's a
star
lethal.
power is lacking. Like the star power, it just didn't hit for the men's side. That's all. Like, and
Yeah,
it was okay. It was okay.
I can
I
see
think
that.
what I am ready for is something nicer in the main event scene for Hangman Page, which fortunately, I think is going to be my guy and your least favorite MJF, man.
MJF's not my least favorite at all. It was just when that with that broach with the Adam Cole storyline, I thought it was awful.
All right.
I love MJF. I hated that. You know what I mean? Um, and then the only thing that I really ask of MJF is like when you're in these feuds, let's not do the same thing and put your opponent through the gauntlet. That's like we've seen that a lot. So we can do
Let's
something different there. But I love MJF, and
can't count
I think
fantasy
it was
wins.
I think it was always going to be MJF that was going to be like the main foil for Hangman Page for his title reign. Not only because he was the challenger, but because he had that built-in, title opportunity that it now has to be at least
He
a week in advance to put
still
that.
has it.
He still has it, and it has to be. It's not. It
Still
can't just be an immediate cash in. So when he comes back, the soonest he can have, if he comes back next Dynamite, the soonest he can have his title match is the following Dynamite, which is dope. Because you can have a little bit of you're able to have the conversation now of what's going to happen. We know the title match is happening. We know when it's happening. What's going to happen now? The first time they had their title match, I think the issue with that was the fact that he had that contract because
yeah.
he can just fall back on it. So what matter if you lose this match? Who cares? But I think MJ, and that's all I've ever said about any title reign that anybody's gonna have. If there's no legitimate, believable threat, everybody's always gonna say, "Oh, it's time for somebody else to win the title." It's not. Just give that person, the champ, a dope feud and somebody that I believe can beat him. Whether they beat him or not, I believe that MJF can beat Hangman Page. I don't
I
believe it
agree.
was Joe. Like I
I
don't think,
agree.
that's the problem with Joe. Like as for everything Joe has done for wrestling and how long he's been Joe, Joe ain't beating Hangman Page for that title.
Joe should beat Hangman Page for this title.
It ain't
I hate
happening.
to
But you
say
don't
it.
believe
Joe
what
should beat Hangman.
you're an odds guy. You don't believe it's gonna happen, but how far do you like what do you give a percentage of the chance? Like it's not gonna happen, but do you give it like more than a 5% chance? Or is it just a complete 0 to 100 wash that it ain't happening? It's a 100% chance with me that it's not happening, bro.
Absolutely not happening. But I would love.
100%
But
chance.
Samoa Joe is the guy who, right now, it wouldn't hurt if he was a world champion again. Like Samoa Joe is gold, and he's about to have his retirement run this year, 2026. So I feel like if not this belt, then the upcoming national belt will be the case that he'll be able to hold and at least have one more single. What am I even talking? He's the trios champion. What am I talking about right now? He has a belt.
Yeah, they got the trios. They're running the trios.
Yeah, they still got the trios title, so he'll still have a championship run somewhere. And even that, I
And
thought the trios titles would have been off him by now. So at least you're not beating the trios champion.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
The
also
main
think
roster of the trios.
I think before Joe is out, like one of the first big things he's gonna do, like Hook gotta come and see him at some point. I think he puts Hook over on his way out.
That'll be cool.
Yeah. I don't know how effective it's gonna be.
Yeah, it'll just be
You
all
know what
right.
I'm saying?
Like,
But that's
that'll
good.
bring off on Collision. You know what I mean? That'll definitely warm the crowd up on the tailgate.
I think just because it's Joe, they'll give that match because there's an actual storyline there. They'll give that a pay-per-view run.
Double or nothing, middle of the show.
Yeah, it'll be match 5 on a match 17 match card.
Definitely get that out the way early. They're definitely gonna make sure y'all get that out the way early.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. So I
So
mean,
what do you think? Let me ask you this. Hangman Page beat, and we're getting the predictions, but Hangman Page beats Joe. I'm sure we both can agree on Saturday. If MJF is not immediately coming back, who do you think steps in to be the contender of the month for Hangman Page?
swear.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think
And then
it'll.
Hangman beat Swerve on the comeback.
Yeah, I think That's not even like no internet predictions. Like that's just me just shooting off the hip. Like I just think if he's fine and he's back, he's good. He took his 6 months off. So like make it hot. Just run it back. You know what I'm saying? Have him pop back up at like World's End or something after he done had a grueling match. Like, yo, I'm back and I'm ready to get my title back. And unfortunately, you're in the way.
Okay. We got legit biggest wrestler, one of the biggest wrestlers in the world, top 5 at least, Mr. Cole.
Who else could it be? Chris Jericho?
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
I wouldn't be surprised if they called that back. That would be some Tony Khan sicko.
I would not be surprised.
That would be kind of fly. I could only accept Chris Jericho returning if it's to actually be the villain in Hangman Page's life to call back that initial match when Hangman Page was champion.
I would not be.
Wait, they did have like Hangman didn't beat Jericho to be the world champion, but
I think
Jericho did beat Hangman to become the world champion. Jericho's coming back, and I want the AEW World Championship. I can live with that.
I wouldn't be.
If that's how he comes back to AEW, I can live with that.
I would not
just
be.
Just jumpstart him right to the main event picture, yo. F it.
I don't know. Like,
I feel. What else you want to do?
Yeah,
what else is Hangman supposed to do? Yo, we about to do Kyle. Yo, if we do the Don Callis family again, like, yo, dog, come on, man. Come on.
I don't know. Like, I wonder, because we're about to get classic season. Like, we know that Takeshita's tied up, current IWGP champ. We know that Okada is tied up because he's the defending Continental champ, international champ, unified champ. Yeah, so he's
had all 3 titles in the same.
Yeah, as well. So at least we know that at least the 2 of them.
International unified.
Yeah, my man Tony said, look, I'm about to introduce this new title called the All Atlantic, right? And the cool thing about the All Atlantic title is you're going to be able to see this title in AEW, but also outside of AEW. Matter of fact, around the world. Matter of fact, I'm going to call it the international title. And you're going to be able to see it all over the place. Actually, what I'm going to do is introduce this new title over here called the Continental title. It's part of this really, really dope tournament. You know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm going to combine both of them, and it's just going to be unified. So it's one title, but at any given moment, all 3 of those championships, we could break them up. So it's unified, but it's also not. But you know what I'm about to do? I'm going to introduce this new title called the national title that could be defended internationally, like the international title was.
Every company.
Yo, Tony is a wild human being, bro.
I've really seen it, y'all. This is where the phrase comes from. I've really seen it. You can't deny it. We really seen it. This is insane, yo. We have another title that we're about to predict, like on top of a new group.
Oh man, I love it. I appreciate the randomness of Tony Khan at times, because one thing, it ain't gonna be as boring.
You're right. It's very unpredictable, and that is the one thing about AEW programming that I always can appreciate. Is like, yo, it's like, you know, you're gonna get the same style sandwich, but you just don't know what's gonna be in it that day. You might get pastrami, you might get chicken, but it's definitely gonna have lettuce, tomatoes, onions, but you just don't know. It might be a filet-o-fish. It might
you know what it is? It's all of that. One thing you know is for certain is that it's gonna be on bread.
Yes, that's a fact.
Other than that, no idea. You might just only get the lettuce and tomatoes sometimes. Yeah. Lettuce, tomato, and cheese. There ain't no chicken. Nah, my boy. There ain't no meat on this.
This for the vegans. This for the sickos.
Yeah,
this is a straight Kyle O'Reilly, Roddy Strong classic right now. That's all you getting is bread and lettuce and tomato.
One day it might only be beef bacon.
Bradley.
Beef bacon on bread, my boy.
Yo, God shall mess me up, son. Yo, God shall bacon. Say the promo. But God shall bacon is so different, son. What a name, yo.
Alhamdulillah.
God shall beef bacon. different, man.
Yeah, I'm about to
Yeah,
pull this up. I'm on cage size seats. I was just trying to see if there was any other
yeah.
news. It
Let's
looked
get a
like
head start on these 17 matches while it's still 9
yeah, yeah.
points.
But I just saw that there's a article here. Tony Khan tries to explain why there are so many damn titles in AEW and ROH.
No,
Khan's answer went on for 6 minutes and mentioned no AEW belts, but he did talk about All In's crowd size again. I love Tony Khan, man. Yo,
yeah, he's
the
a
interview that he did with
massive.
Ariel Hawani was enjoyable.
That was a good interview, man.
Yeah.
That guy's a sicko, yo. True sicko. Like he really does love his product. He knows his product. Like, and I appreciate that he didn't take any petty routes. He didn't take any shots. It was just a really good PR masterclass right there on
Yep.
how to handle yourself as the owner of a wrestling company on a podcast. So
And
that was
make
cool.
yourself likable. That's the
Yeah.
other part. Like he didn't come in with any kind of arrogance. He's just a guy, got a lot of money, big wrestling fan. Let's chop it up. I answer your questions when I can.
It's like,
Done.
yo, me and Miro just didn't see eye to eye with creative, man. It's like,
He
this
wanted
is
to
what
do
it
some
is.
things that I didn't want to do, and that's why he doesn't work here anymore.
like, like yo, you can hear that from any CEO Fortune 500. Like, you can hear that from an office. Like, that's what is it, man? It's like,
He
wish
saw
him well.
things differently than I did, and I'm still here.
So wish him well. Like,
I hope it goes well.
no shots, no. He was a wild man. Like, nah,
Yeah.
creative differences. I hear you. It's like,
Yo, you think after Tony does those interviews, man, like like you'll say something in front of somebody, try to keep it peace, and then you leave, man. Fuck that, like as soon as he got in the car, like when the car pulled up, he's like, "Yo, Miro."
it's like that. It's like that guy. See what
You're,
he's doing over here, huh?
you're never gonna see Miro again. Yo, his driver got an earful, bro.
Said Andrade. I'd love to see him again. Like he's just funny, man. Poor Andrade.
That's the Andrade, bro.
What a time! I mean, yeah, I don't know. I can't say. I don't know if it's poor him or not. But a year being locked away from what you love to do, it's like, hey,
That's terrible.
That's
Those I understand non-competes to an extent. It's insane for somebody to have a 365-day non-compete is outrageous, bro.
It's really a sick because it's like the longer it's been and the more we're laughing and shit about it, and you just see it happen online with all the stories that pop up of like whatever he's doing daily. It's just like, wow, it only confirms what's really the truth. This guy's frozen for a year. Like he ain't going nowhere. Like
He
I
was
thought it would
supposed
have
to
been
be
90
on the
days
House
by
of Glory.
now. Like I thought he would have been good. Like
He was supposed to be on the House of Glory show in Suffolk, the Brentwood joint.
he
He
just
was
bailed
on
on
the
a Mexico appearance. He was on a fly.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the non-compete is for US. So I think he can wrestle in Mexico. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. But either way, a
You only
full
see it on
year non-compete that's no bueno. But
yeah, tough.
shouts to Andrade. All right. Right now we got Mystico and Volador Jr. They're in the finals of the Opera Cup. I'm gonna go with Mystico. If anybody ever wants to do the math on Mystico, understanding he's probably top 5 in the world, top 10 in the world as far as drawing power. Arena Mexico stays sold out. CMLL stays sold out. You know what I mean? So, and MLW's been doing a lot. They're like partners with CMLL and New Japan the same way the AEW is. So they do a lot of very heavy Lucha Libre heavy cards.
Okay.
Mystico he frequents MLW. But let's bring up this Full Gear card. We have Full Gear this Saturday, AEW Full Gear. That is, wow, there are a lot of matches on this Wikipedia.
That's what I said, man. We 39 minutes
13.
in. Let's get a head start on match 1 of 18. What we got?
We had 13. I mean, we could breeze through the pre-show. There's really one.
You ain't got no Big Boom AJ in Jersey? That's crazy.
You already know Big Boom is here.
Oh, he is? Oh. Is that a knock on the promo? Because I didn't really catch a peep. I didn't watch the most of Dynamite or Collision last night, so I don't know. Did they make reference to it? Because from what I've
I
seen, majority
I
they've never.
didn't catch it, but I was also like I was moving around a little bit, so
I don't
I
see
was
the promo on Twitter. I don't see people talking about Big Boom AJ the way they were 2 years
yeah.
ago. So I don't know. That's why I'm surprised to even
Yeah,
hear about it.
I didn't see too much with him. We got Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall teaming up this time.
That's
Um,
Big Boom AJ's first loss, possibly.
against Roppongi Vice, Rocky Romero, and Trent Beretta in a
Feel
tag.
good win. Feel good win for Big Boom AJ, or a necessary win for the Don Callis family.
I'm going. I'm going with Big Boom. They call Boom and Doom, by the way, is the name of the team. Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall. Boom and Doom. I'm going with Boom and Doom. I
I'm
just
gonna
don't
go.
think like
Yeah,
I think you bring him in regardless just for the feel good. TikTok guy is here, Costco guy
you're
is
right.
here. That's all
You're
that's
right.
for.
You're right. Rocky Romero ain't the guy taking a victory
Yeah.
over Big Boom AJ. Although QT Marshall could do a double cross. You know what I'm saying?
That I could see. I'm honestly I could see QT Marshall. I just don't know if QT is gonna be a guy like that joins the Don Callis family that you see on TV like that.
Sick that we automatically assume that he'll join the Don Callis family
Because
and not
that's Rocky Romero's his partner.
and not
Rocky
just be
Romero is.
and not not just be QT Marshall, the heel that we all know him to be with the Nightmare Factory and the QT Marshall crews, the cuties, boss. So
It said the cuties.
like, I'm with you though. I go with you on QT and Big Boom for the win. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised, man. I would not be surprised if QT in the heel turn is what like gives people like a real funny feeling to pre-show the pay-per-view, you know.
Yeah. All right, that's one of the 4 pre-show matches that we have. The next one is
Yo, you said 1 of 4 was crazy.
there's 4 pre-show matches, my man.
That was crazy.
This next one we have is a $200,000 4-way tag team match. The winners receive a $200,000 cash prize. So this is Max Caster and Anthony Bowens versus the Bang Bang Gang, Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson. We have Big Bill and Brian Keith, and then we have the Outrunners, Truth Magnum, and Turbo Floyd. 200,000. Man, storyline wise, I can see Max and Anthony possibly winning this because they're always that combustible tag team. So I can see them playing around with like they already don't get along like that. How are they going to split 200,000? They're definitely not going to be even. Somebody's going to argue over who deserves 200,000 more, who should get 175 versus the other person's 25. This feels like a good opportunity for some comedy. Shouts to Mystico that apparently just won his second straight Opera Cup. Um, Bang Bang Gang, Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson. Like, if they win at 200,000, this isn't going to be a storyline at all. Big Bill and Brian Keith, no. Outrun. I'm going Max Cast, Anthony Bones, 200,000.
This is the one part of wrestling where I'm like, or at least Tony Khan booking, where I wish it was just like straightforward in regards to like the future and not just $200,000, $1,000,000, 30,000. It's like, how about this would have just been the number one contender for the tag team titles? Like, how about that? Like, that would have been almost music to my ears to be like, good to know we've got number one contenders ready right after this, which hopefully could be the case with the victor of this match. After you explained it, I'm going to go with the Acclaim just because they could do something unless Big Bill and Brian Keith pull out a win and the learning tree, Chris Jericho whispers start to come about. You know what I mean? And that could be something. The Outrunners have come and gone. And who else did you even say that mattered? It's going to take the pinfall anyways.
Who do we have?
Don Callis family?
We had Max Caster, Bones, Bang Bang Gang, Austin Gunn, and Juice Robinson.
Man, those poor guys, yo. They've came a long way. My man Juice and Jay White and FTR had one of the best tag team matches on an episode of Collision in the
Yep.
last like fuck effing like One of the best tag team matches I think I purely have seen, like in my adulthood. Of like that was really really fun tag team wrestling, and it's crazy that we haven't heard a peep from Jay White, and Juice is Juice is just Juice. So
But look, I can't listen. They have not had the best of luck when it comes to health.
you're
They
right though. It's
that
very
that
true.
injury, that injury, you know, one injury after another after another. One of the guns literally just came back and went out. He had like a match or two before he got injured again. Juice Robinson just came back like 15 minutes ago. Jay White is out right now. They
We missed
bought
Jay White we missed Jay White for a year. It's crazy. Like
yeah, yeah. Ace
his
Austin.
presence is felt. His presence is needed right now, I
Yeah.
would say.
They put Ace Austin there, again to fill up the injury slot. So you hope that we can get everybody back and they stay healthy for an extended period of time so we can really because either way they're always going to be an entertaining bunch,
I agree.
but they got to stay healthy. But yeah, going with Castor
Yeah.
and Bones for this one.
New acclaimed.
Yep. We have the next match, the trios match. This is for the CMLL World Trios Championships. The champions, speaking of Mystico, is El Sky team. Mystico, Mascata, Dorada, and Neon. They're defending against Okada, Takeshita, and H. Cero, representing the Don Callis family. That was set up.
Whoa.
This was set up on Dynamite. This was set up
Whoa.
on Dynamite.
This is the opener or is this this is the tailgate?
This is pre. Yeah. What up, good sir?
My boy.
What up, good sir?
Guys.
My
What
guy.
up, G? What up, Lord?
Can you guys see and hear me?
Yeah. Hold on,
Alright.
let me get this
My
right.
my session just left. So I was like, yo, let's see if you guys are still with me.
Yeah, we still here. We get you right.
Yes, sir. So what's the word?
Chilling, man. How you been, bro? We're over here just kicking it about we got MLW on the screen right now. We're talking
Okay.
about AEW Full Gear this weekend, but what's good with you, brother? Have been a little bit of time, man. How you been?
Yeah. I'm chilling, man. Same old stuff, man. I'm out in Brooklyn, just cooking up, working. But I leave my time for some good grabs every Monday and Friday nights and Saturday nights when I can, So I've been every few days me and Mr. Lofsky, we be, shooting the shit on the text, just sending, just our lovely takes on the wonderful world of graps.
Oh, we keeping it clean, by the way. We keeping it clean.
For sure.
On a podcast.
Yeah, man. But other than that, man, what else, man? There's a lot going on. It's a lot of theories floating around, and I think it's a really fun time for everybody, for all graps, honestly. But yeah,
We
man.
was just talking AEW predictions. It's funny enough, we were literally on the pre-show still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So what we thinking? What we thinking, guys?
right now the match that we got pulled up. This is on the pre-show trios match for the CMLL World Titles. So yeah, Mystico, who just won the Opera Cup at MLW, he's on the same team. Mascara Dorada and Neon, they're the defending CMLL trios champs. They're facing Okada, Takeshita, and H. Cero, representing the Don Callis family. I basically see this as like we're gonna get the champ successfully defending because this is a vehicle to further that feud and that division between Takeshita and Okada. So there's gonna be some kind of miscommunication, or we'll just get a very blatant rainmaker or something like that to Takeshita. I think H. Cero eats the pin. But yeah, successful defense for the champs. This is really just setting up the Continental Classic though. This is Takeshita and Okada all day.
Messed me up that it's actually on the pre-show still.
That surprised me. Also, when I saw that yesterday, it was like, yeah, Don Callis was like at the commentary booth. He was like, at the tailgate brawl. It's like, when?
That's
I-
that's why I had you run it back. I was like, yo, hold on a
yeah,
second. You
at the
said
tailgate, bro.
who's on the pre-show?
Yeah,
You said
at the
Okada
tailgate.
and Takeshita? What?
Look, that's what that also is very much like a testament to how stacked the roster is that you can afford to put, you know, Okada, Takeshita. These are main event acts.
That's what I was gonna say. I was a bit lost on that. I was like, wait, how come those
Yeah.
two names are on a pre-show? Shouldn't that be like towards the end of the night, almost main event status, especially for an event like Full Gear? I don't know.
But again, like I think, like just looking, taking a step back to look at what I think this match is supposed to achieve. This ain't have nothing to do with AEW storyline, AEW titles or slots. It has everything
Yeah,
to
the
do with the Continental
matches.
Classic. Yeah.
Got you. There's like nothing really important like at
The
this current
the
moment.
import, yeah, not between all six guys, only between Takeshita and Okada.
Right.
Like this is just going to be a good match, but ultimately Takeshita and Okada got the real beef, and they'll be in main event next month.
Gotcha.
What we got next?
Next up on the Full Gear docket, last of the four pre-show matches, Hook and Eddie Kingston versus the Workhorsemen, Anthony Henry and Drake. Hook and Eddie Kingston. I have no idea where this came from.
Yo, son. My boy Eddie came back to pre-show warfare, man.
Hey,
What's going on, man?
you gotta earn your slot back, big bro.
Yo, they rushed my man back for the pre-shows. It's crazy. Oh
Nah,
man, you
man.
already know. I'm with you, man. Hook and Kingston, yo. That's all we got, man. Like,
Yeah.
don't work for him.
All right, let's get to the card. Let's get to the card. We had where do we start? Let's start here. I'm gonna go from the bottom back up to the world title matches. John Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly in a no holds barred match. Like we were talking a little minute ago, the real story around John Mox is the fact that he's just been tapping out left and right when there's a big
Pardon me, my G. You didn't
yo.
just say this is the pre-show match, right?
Nah.
Nah, we're on the main
All
card.
right. My bad. The
We're
Killer
on the main
Cross
card.
intro just caught me off guard real quick. The Killer Cross and Matt Riddle just
Man
showed
said
up.
they box at the tailgate, bro. This is
Yo,
out of control.
that's because I was like, you said 4 matches, so that's why I was like,
Yeah, we hit the four. We
I
hit the
was
four.
like, yo, Mox and Kyle O'Reilly on the pre-show, yo, what's going on with it? Like, I was about to get
Yeah, we
tight.
hit the
Like,
four.
nah, this is out of control now, dogs. But
My man was about to write an angry letter, a very aggressive letter to the office of Tony Khan.
like, yo, you gone too far, Tony. You gone too far. Mox and Kyle O'Reilly on the. So, yo, how stacked is this card, son? Come on, man.
Man, there's so many.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it so I can like see all the matches
Yeah.
before you address all of them. I'm like, wow.
You pulled up the
Well,
Wikipedia.
I'm on the main page
On
on
that
their
page, yeah.
page.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I'm looking at the graphics look great, but man, there's a lot of boom and doom. Wow, yeah, it's a lot of heads.
Boom and doom, baby.
Uh,
Boom and
Yeah,
doom.
All right,
yeah.
you said it's Kyle O'Reilly, John Moxley, no holds bar match?
Yeah, no holds barred.
Bloodbath.
I think the thing for me here is like we've been seeing Mox tap out left and right every time there's been a big match. Right? So big match, pay-per-view match, you would assume it's a big match. You would also assume it's no holds barred. He should have the advantage, but I don't know. Something in my gut tells me to go with Kyle O'Reilly via tap out again.
Yeah, from what I'm thinking is John Moxley has to get kicked out. And what better way or what better reason to get kicked out than an L to Kyle O'Reilly? I feel like that would be like the best thing, right? I don't know. That makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, I see where you're going. Like at some point, you know what I mean, that group has to eat the
Yeah, they
leader.
got to give him the
The new
boot.
leader
This
has
would be a
to
nice
emerge.
time to do it.
I see. Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I don't know if the kick out happens this soon, but I think this is like one more demerit,
Yeah,
so to
the
speak. Like
unraveling.
eventually we're gonna get. Yeah, how you gonna lead us? You keep tapping out, bro. You know what I mean? Like how you gonna lead us?
If,
You a loser,
if Kyle
brother.
O'Reilly is to win, though,
He might tap out then.
What becomes of Kyle O'Reilly in this win? He has to win, and something has to happen else besides another match with Moxley where it's going to be now no submissions are allowed type ish. Like it has. That's if Kyle O'Reilly is to win, because I think Moxley wins. I think they just end this whole thing right now, and Moxley gets the win and just tells everyone to piss off. He finally got the win by hook or crook. But I just think if Kyle O'Reilly's the winner, what becomes of Kyle O'Reilly winning? Then we can move on.
I don't know. I don't think that's a. To me, that's not even a question. Like I think Kyle O'Reilly is just a vehicle to see what happens next with Mox. Win, lose, or draw.
It's just filler.
If he taps him
It's
out,
to further their
if he
programming
taps him
probably
out,
a little, right?
yeah, I can see him like, look, you got what? Again, look at how many titles, right? And I can see you put him in the Continental Classic. He doesn't win it, but he enters the tournament.
This is his momentum boost
Like if
to
he
go into the Continental Classic.
exactly, I can see like he becomes like a hard out, right, in the Continental Classic at that point. You just won Blood and Guts by tapping Mox out. Now you've tapped out Mox 1-on-1. Continental Classic is right around the corner. He gets announced.
Okay. All right. I'm rocking with you. What we got next?
Next up on the docket, we have the Babes. This is a 4-way tag match. Winning team chooses the stipulation for the semifinal match in the World Tag Team Championship
You're
tournament.
reading that on one graphic.
There's so much happening right now. There's a lot of words.
I was like, that's one graphic that says all of that. What you just said.
There's a lot of words. So this is 4 tag teams in this match.
You sound exhausted.
There's the
AEW right now. You're like, yeah, dog. It's a 4-way match.
There's a lot of words.
Winner just wins.
It's a lot of words.
The winner of this match still will not win the women's tag team championship. There's a high potential to not even win the whole tournament.
Nah. The winner of that title is in this match for sure. So we got the Babes of Wrath. We got Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron versus the Sisters of Sin, Julia Hart and Sky Blue, versus the Timeless Love Bombs, Timeless Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa, versus Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir.
This is a big match.
I think Tony and Mina are winning the whole thing. Period. You know what I mean? I think Tony and Mina are winning the whole thing, but they're not going to win this match. A heel has to win this match. So I might go like either Sisters of Sin or Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir. I don't think Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir. They've been dominant. I think you keep them dominant until the final.
I like them as well, too. I'm going Megan Bayne, Marina Shafir. I like them as an underdog heel team for the most part because I feel like all eyes are on the sister Abigail sisters. So it's like just between them and the spooky girls, like those trios right there of Tekla and Julia and them. There's so much emphasis on them that I think that Megan and Marina being the dark horses on the heel side to win would be a nice pivot. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I like their act together. Unexpected tag team, but I'm kind of rolling with that. Although I really would love Willow to finally win something of remembrance in this company. So
this is really interesting to me because so you guys are saying Tony and Mina do not need to win this match for them to like get the titles, right?
No.
All right.
Yeah, because I think this is just to be able to pick the stipulation for your next match, but this isn't like the elimination, right?
Got you. So then I'm probably gonna roll with you guys. Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir. But I don't know, Babes of Wrath. I don't know.
I like Babes of Wrath too, man. I can't.
I feel like they could win it also instead. This particular match. Just to,
see the stipulation thing is what's throwing me. Like, why do we like picking a stipulation feels like a heel thing to do.
Agreed.
Like to you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna make it violent, or I'm gonna make sure that I have the advantage because it's something that you can't do. To me, that feels very heel. Although best no holds barred hardcore wrestler they got in that company is Willow. You know? So
but there's also the case of Megan and Marina don't talk much of ever. So them being the ones to name a stipulation would just sound funny, which puts the red herring of the spooky girls that do talk are Julia and Sky in them. So they would be the ones to pick some like strange stipulation. I'm gonna go with them, yo. I'm not a fan of this group, but I'm just gonna go with them, yo. I'm gonna go with the Spooky Sisters.
Only reason I'm not
That
going
makes
with
a lot of
them is
sense.
because I wouldn't have Marina and Megan Bain even like not lose, but lose this match. You know what I mean? Like they
That's
wouldn't
what
take the
Harley
pin.
Cameron's there to take the pinfall.
But they wouldn't take the pin either way, but they still wouldn't win the match. And I wouldn't have them not win the match until the finals. You know what I mean? Like I would have them just wash
Fair.
everybody until the finals.
So that means Babes of Wrath is gonna take the pin.
Harley
Maybe.
Cameron's always there to take that pinfall.
Yeah, that's
Sympathetic
what it
baby
sounds
face.
like.
Sympathetic baby face.
Because then you're right. Like, why would Megan and Marina, like, they're not really like a team, right? They're like almost like two individuals in a
Mhm.
sense.
Yeah.
So like what are they really gonna cook up when the
They're
other
Nia and
team is
Lash
like,
Legend right now. They're like just coming together for the sake of Penelope Ford being down, and like they're just two bulls
got you,
who are
makes
like, yo, let's
sense,
make some hit shake. So
interesting.
what we got next?
Damn, Babe's taking the pin.
Babe's taking the pin. Singles match, 1-on-1. We got Pac versus Darby Allin.
Well,
Can I ask you guys a question?
shoot.
Can Darby lose this match?
I think Darby is one of those guys that is probably so made at this point as far as AEW goes that him losing a match, as long as his character of being like the never say die guy remains intact, I think he can lose. You know, it can't get to losing streak levels, but a match here, a match there, whatever, I think is fine. I don't think he loses this match though. Like I think,
Bingo.
yeah, I don't think he loses this match. Like we were talking before you jumped on, like Pac looks absolutely insane right now. Like Pac's shoulders are
Got
past the top of his head at this point, bro.
So he's in incredible shape. He's looking good, putting
Dangerous human being
good,
too. Yeah. But I think like,
but he's still gonna.
I think that story like Darby just got thrown through fire and still, wins the match. That's quintessential Darby. I'm gonna go with Darby for that.
Yeah.
Pause real quick. Killer Cross just made Matt Riddle tap out. MLW Don Gato.
Yep, I think that was the main event if I'm not mistaken. Unless there's who's the Kruger's the world champ already, so he wrestled already.
Yeah, he already wrestled.
Yeah, I think this is the main event.
Shout out to Killer Cross, man. I think we got the next number one contender for the MLW World Title on the way. It definitely ain't Brock Anderson, that's for sure.
Nah. But I'd put it on Killer Cross in a heartbeat.
I think it would be in their best interest to get this Mads Kruger thing
wrapped.
Put it on ice and just here we go. Here's your new champion right here.
Yep.
Capitalize, but yeah, man. B, who you got?
Like my thing is, if that's why I asked him, like, if Darby can take the L to this to Pac, who looks crazy jacked in this picture that I'm looking at.
Insane. He looks insane.
If it's okay for him to take the L, then I think he might take the L, because then they're maybe trying to get Pac over a little bit. That's what I'm thinking. He could take this L.
I see the built-in, like my man just got thrown through the burning table. That whole vibe, like he's injured, he's worn down already, and that's part of why he loses is because he's not 100%. That's always a good story to tell. Like he's gonna come up probably wrapped up. They're gonna have a tape around his ribs,
So he's already not 100% right now going into Full Gear.
Yeah, I think out of both War Games Blood and Guts matches, he was the worst for wear.
Oh yeah, he got annihilated, right? A little bit. All right, so then yeah, that just kind of furthers me into Pac winning this match.
I might switch up. I might agree with you. I might go.
That makes a lot more sense because he's beaten down or whatever. He's I still gotta do it. I gotta get him. Yep. And he's putting up a strong match against this monster. And then is this no DQ or
nah? It looks like just a straight 1-on-1.
Okay, I was about to say that maybe he's gonna put him through like a burning table or something, and then but
that might still happen just after the match. Like Pac might just.
That's pretty much where I'm gonna go. Of like, all that's gonna happen. Darby's gonna get his head put through the ring post. Yes, I said put through the ring post by Pac. But in AEW world, Darby Allin is going to be the one to defeat Pac. Very much so by the skin of his teeth, because Pac can always afford a loss. Pac is not going to advance to anything if he beats Darby, and Darby can continue to just have matches with the Death Riders continuously in our AEW 2020 callback of the night at Full Gear 2025. So
That part makes sense too. I still feel,
it's just
Darby.
Daniel Garcia's next up. How many more matches is Darby going to have with Claudio on Dynamite? Him and Yuta are gonna go back and forth, and then hopefully he just ends this Death Rider thing, like just for good, and just combust, and we can just move Darby into the main event picture, man. Like I don't know, I'm speaking from a place where I'm just sick of seeing Darby feud with these guys. It's like the Bloodline. It's like watching your baby face that you rock with just feud with the Bloodline, and just granted they're winning. But it's like, can y'all stop feuding with the Bloodline now?
Yeah, it's like
You've
now.
beaten who you've needed to beat of the Bloodline at this point. Like,
I gotta get
Yeah,
my
and he
charger,
probably
fellas. I'll be
needs
right back.
regular gold
you
around
good,
him
you
too.
good. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's interesting. That's why I was like wondering, but yeah. So Pac is not exactly a single star. He's more like a faction star.
Paya at this point in his AEW tenure, I would say he's a faction guy.
If he's a faction guy, then I would say there is a chance. But if for some reason, if there is a path for him to get over a little bit further into something more important, then Darby could take the L. But if there's no real advantage or real benefit down the line for Pac to win, then I don't know. That's what I would prefer to you. Like, yo, would that make sense for him to win?
Nah, I get you. I'm picking up what you're laying down. It's
Yeah.
just
So
almost like it's just too much thought for a match that I know is just like not even going to
mean
mean anything.
anything?
I was when it was announced, I was like, yo, dog, there's no stipulation, there's no like number one contender, there's no anything exciting. So I'm like, all right, we're pretty much just gonna leave it here.
Yeah.
It's like it's just Darby winning. Next up, what we got?
All right, we got the casino. I don't see any people listed for this match. I do know that Lashley is a part of it. Shelton Benjamin is a part of it. Other than that, I'm not sure, but there will be a casino gauntlet match for the AEW National Championship. And the first two entrants in this match are the two guys I just named. So at least for a second, we're gonna see Lashley and Shelton Benjamin compete against each other, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, I don't know who else is in the match. So I'm not even sure who wins the title. Like who actually becomes the first ever national champion. Unless y'all got any names, we can just move on to the next one because I don't know.
Bobby Lashley, the end.
Runs the gauntlet.
Kills it all, smokes everybody, and he's the first national champion because they're not going to put the world title on him anytime. So,
True.
considering every other men's single title is locked up by a heel, we're just going to give Bobby Lashley his own belt.
That makes a lot of sense. Especially if there's no path for him to take any of the other belts, then yeah, you got to put something on this beast.
Also, it was beautiful to see the Hurts get their back-to-back wins on Dynamite. Like Shelton
Yeah.
just put Kung Fu in a body bag. Like
Yo, those sidekicks, man, those super
I
kicks
was
is
surprised
so
the match
hard.
was over. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I was just like, wow, like this was one of those times where you got me. Like I love to see it. Like that was cinema. This wasn't kick out central. It was like, nah, I'm putting you down and out and over, done. And I was like, yeah, that was fly to see from Shelton. Like I love to see Shelton like this. So I mean,
Same with Lashley for that. Same
I
with
would be
Lashley for that.
surprised if Shelton won. Wouldn't be surprised if Shelton won. Maybe. I could.
Nah,
Crazy
because like
things have happened.
I think I'd go with Lashley over Shelton. That would mean that Shelton has to beat Lashley.
Fair.
Yeah.
Or yeah, fair. That's fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, for the gauntlet. Like it's not a battle royal, it's a gauntlet match. So Shelton ain't beating like Lashley coming out of the gate too. Unless I'm mistaken, and there's another little order. But moving on, we have tag team titles are on the line with Bro Dito It's Bandito and Brody King defending against FTR. Is this where FTR finally regains the championships? I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if either one of these guys, Bandito or Brody King, or both of them are in the Continental Classic. So they got to free some space up. FTR, man. Fourth reign, I believe.
FTR for the title win, man. I think it's definitely Brodito's title reign is kind of just cooled down to the point where them losing the belts wouldn't be as drastic as it was 2 months ago. Now it's like, all right, y'all have had y'all 100 and something days. Y'all have made y'all history. I don't even know if they made history, but they've made their mark. And FTR, they need to have some type of other heater besides them just coming out and taunting the crowd and trying to threaten to beat up the baby face in the ring that's holding a microphone. You know what I mean? Like, we just need something else. Whether it's going to be CNC Music Factory returning to play the greatest hits, I think it's just going to be FTR getting this W. I think it's necessary. It's time. Yeah, it's
And you
time.
know we're about to get babyface Bucks in a second, so we're getting babyface Bucks versus FTR at some point very soon.
Well, there you go. I mean, that sounds like a very sound reasoning, and no reason why Brodito has to keep these titles. They got other places to go. Sounds like so.
Brody King has redemption in the Continental Classic. This could be the year. This could be his year
Yeah,
for Continental Classic because he's been in every
yeah.
Continental Classic putting up numbers, or at least trying.
So let's get them belts off of them boys and put it on
And
FTR.
Bandito got the Ring of Honor title, yo. He got you know what I
Yeah,
mean? He
Ring of
got
Honor
things to do.
champ.
He already got something else to handle. So, you know what I mean? Back to it.
Nah, I mean, next up, not too many matches left. We're getting into the world title scene right now. Let's start out with a steel cage match for the AEW World Championship. That's Hangman Page defending against Samoa Joe. This is Page all day. And I think what happens here is we get not only a clear, definitive victory, we get a very clear, definitive new direction for Hangman Page at some point. We know steel cage matches always, steel cages don't keep anybody out of the steel cage ever. So something's going to happen here. Easy button is the MJF, but maybe not. Maybe we wait until next Wednesday to figure out what's next for Hangman. But either way, Hangman defends successfully against Joe.
Yes, it is going to be Hangman beating Joe. I would love Joe
Yeah.
to win. I'd love Joe to win, yo. Trust me, I'm down for Samoa Joe World Title reign, but unfortunately, we are going to have Hangman Page win this one and continue on to greater pastures. Samoa Joe still has a belt, so he's not all the way in the red, even with another loss to Hangman. So it'll be a cool cage match. Nothing really else to it. I'm just ready for more exciting feuds for Hangman. That's all.
Yep.
I just remember how long Moxley had that belt and what it took to get it off him. So carrying that thought, I'm like, yo, they're not gonna take it off him. So I'm expecting a really quality match where at like Paige is taking like real serious beating, but he's holding his own and he gets the better of Joe. It's not about the win, it's about how this win is gonna look. I think that it needs to like be a quality win. This is against a veteran. He'll be able to put on like a really fantastic match if all things go well. You know, great little part to the title run, I think. So I think that's what it's more about. Less about the win and how this win is gonna look.
Good point.
I like
Like
that.
I think that's also what Joe's role is at this point. Like to me, Joe is not a threat for the world title anymore. Um, but he's a guy. If you get a victory over him, like Paige already did, I didn't see that heel turn coming last match. I thought that match would have been a one and done, and it really would have been just like, hey, Hangman Page beat Samoa Joe in a world title match, like something for him to hang his hat on. So I think that's what happens here. Like not only at this point he'll beat him twice, but wrap this feud up. You know what I mean? Like he'll be the guy that put Joe away for a little
Yes.
bit. You know what I mean? So and they got trios titles to defend.
But I'm saying they already got belts, so like they still gotta they got other things to worry about.
They got some moving and shaking, and plus Hook's around the corner.
Not gonna stop the
Finishing
Hook.
up here, we have the AEW Women's World Championship on the line. Chris Statlander defending against Mercedes Moné. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can go either way on this. I can see Mercedes obviously holding that belt over her head, and she becomes 14 belt Moné.
Please.
But I also can't rule out that this is kind of where the beginning of the end for all of those titles starts, because Chris Statlander successfully defends that championship. Like, think about how big, if you really want to make Chris Statlander, you want to make a star, Chris Statlander beats Mercedes. That's one of the, she's the underdog regardless of being a champ.
I agree.
If you ask me what I would do, I'm gonna go with Chris Statlander, man.
Because if it ain't Chris Statlander, she's Flatlander. She's Zoolander.
Yeah.
She's cooked, fried, sauteed, and stirred if she loses the
Because
Women's
to me,
World
like,
Championship.
this whole belt collector thing is for this moment right now, where we start to see that downward spiral. Like, she has 13 other belts that she has to lose. Right? It has to start somewhere. She got 13 other belts that she has to lose, man. The storyline is going to be the fall off of Mercedes Moné before she builds herself back up to finally get the world title in AEW. So it ain't happening this time around.
I'm so glad you brought this up and you drew out that path, because, and you can ask Chad, bro, because I'd be like, yo, I cannot anymore. And what is she gonna do? How is she gonna lose it? Where are we going with winning every single possible belt that doesn't start with the letter W? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? But you pointing this out, Statlander winning this match, beginning the first thread pulled from this insane fabric that she has sewn, and now can you know what? I'll watch this. I'll watch this. I'll watch her unravel.
It's gonna be a goodie, man. I think this is gonna be a sleeper, yo. Like, this is make or break for Stat. This is a rubber match. Stat can at least get numbers on the board by beating Mercedes here finally. Like, I think it's gonna be a banger. And yeah, man, I go Stat, man, because like I said, she's flat. She's fried, yo. And why would Tony Khan flatten Chris Statlander for the sake of 15 belts Monet? Like,
yeah, you got a chance to make a star. And think about it this way: if Mercedes wins this world title, she can't lose any of those other titles.
you feel me?
She can't.
Yeah.
So, and she's not gonna have a 1-2 week reign either. So, I'm going Stat, bro.
It's gotta be Stat.
Oh man,
Gotta be Stat.
is this gonna be the last match, guys, or what do you?
Nah, we still got like 6 more matches, yo.
No, that's the
I'm
last match to predict. But because like
6 more matches. You forgot a match actually.
which one?
The $1 million tag.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did I?
With the Bucks. You did mention it when we were talking about FTR, because you were like FTR and Bucks.
The Harley
but we didn't get
Boys
to that
and the Don Callis family versus.
Yeah, so let's wrap on Chris and Mercedes, and then we hit that one. Like my does this main event?
Yeah, that's my question. Is this the main event?
I kind of like it. It's not going to be, but
yeah, I think we all agree that's not going to be.
It's not going to be one because like they're gonna this a steel cage match, right?
Oh, right, that's
going to
main
be.
event.
But I kind of
the
men's world title. I kind of would. I see value. I see value in main eventing with this title though, because I think most people think that Mercedes is going to win. So they're expecting that big confetti and shit at the end. Like, you want to make a star, man.
I want to see the train wreck. I want to see her lose.
That sounds good, yo. Like, honestly, like I could see that happening right before the main event. Honestly, when the confetti falls and they gotta like sweep everything up before the.
Oh, bro, it's the main event. The main event is the steel cage.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna do the Statlander, yay! Now it's time for the main event.
Yeah, now we got to sweep this up. We got to
I
sweep
would
this up.
love for it to main event. Honestly, I'm with you, but
Yeah.
we know how that's
Yeah. And we got that last match for us to predict. $1 million trios match. Winner receives $1 million cash prize. We got Kenny Omega teaming with Jurassic Express, Jungle Jack, and Luchasaurus versus the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. Yo, I thought I don't know. I have no idea, bro. I have no way to predict this one.
What's the purpose of this match?
This is the fake trios #1 contenders match.
Yo, you know what? I
Well,
see what happens here. Kenny and Jurassic Express win. One of the Bucks takes the pin. Josh Alexander gets mad. Rest of the Don Callis family comes out. They start getting into it with the Bucks. They're about to jump them. Kenny and the Jurassic Express run back down to the ring to make the save. And we finally get the reunited Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Done.
Yo, honestly, you couldn't have wrote
flip
that
it.
trampoline party any better, yo. I'm rolling with you.
Yeah.
That's
Me
all I
too.
got. That's all I got for this spot
Me too.
fest to be this trios. That's all I
Yeah,
got.
especially because you said we're looking at FTR and Young Bucks, and you can't have Young Bucks
No,
dealing
we
with
technically
trio.
not. We still got to get through Cope and Christian and the finishing of the FDR feud. Don't forget about that. Like I said,
That
the
is
CNC
correct.
Music Factory is returning very shortly.
That is
So
correct.
that's even more of a reason for them not to be involved in this trio business. They gotta be on some duo tag team.
I can't speak for both of y'all fellas, but I really am sick of Kenny Omega feuding with the Don Callis family. Before we wrap up, I just really want this. I just want Kenny Omega to get away from this feud and this faction. Like, yo, whatever, yo. If it means the Bucks gotta go face, whatever. Just get away. Like, get away from Kenny Omega, Don Callis, man. I'm
Look,
sick
I
of it.
remember, and this was like before Kenny was hurt and left. I looked at the Don. I mean, they didn't. They changed members so much since this point, but this is before he was injured. I was like, I saw this being like, I think this might have been, wasn't Osprey part of the Don Callis family? This might have been when Osprey was still down.
He started
Yeah.
there for a second.
This might have been when Osprey was still around, but regardless, it seemed like the Don Callis family was set up to have Kenny run that gauntlet before he goes back into the world title. And look at how long it's been since I was saying that was going to happen. So I don't know what's happening. Like Kenny Omega,
you said that.
yeah, I think a lot of it is just,
That makes sense.
I don't.
Why hasn't that?
Yeah, I don't know if there's like if Kenny's health is up and down or whatever. There's just no real clear direction for Kenny right now.
You know what? I'd almost rather switch places. Like, since we can't, this goes right back to our sandwich. This goes right back to the sandwich analogy. Swap Darby and Kenny. I'm cool. Let Kenny feud with the Death Riders for a change. Let Darby deal with the Don Callis family for a change, and I'll deal with that sandwich for the next couple of weeks if I got to deal with it, yo. At least
I'm not mad at that. Yeah, you can do the same thing and just swap them. I'd like to see it. Just for nothing else, for the sake of fresh matchups.
For the sake of Kenny Omega and Wheeler Yuta, Kenny Omega and Moxley again, Kenny Omega and Claudio. Cool. Yep. Darby and his group of guys, the conglomerate. At least Darby in going after the TNT title, and it's something else, man. It's something else.
Fresh matchups. I agree. I ain't mad at that at all.
I don't know. Maybe I don't have the license to say it because I'm not like I haven't been really watching weekly, and I just kind of keep up. But for some reason, I don't see that happening, especially when Kenny Omega is in this feud, and like you guys said, not like what's happening. We don't know what's happening. I feel like they got to make something happen before they take him out and do something else. So something has to make sense for him to just not all of a sudden, like you said, like the gauntlet, that makes sense. Why hasn't that happened yet? Is there a path to that via this? I don't know, but something's got to happen. They're not switching it.
I think now, I don't think that happens now because the three people at the top of the Don Callis family one. Yo, isn't Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher supposed to be having a match on this card?
Yeah. They do.
Oh, I missed
The
that.
TN,
I missed that too. My
yeah,
bad.
TNT Championship, no DQ.
Yeah, I missed that match. So, all right, we get there. But Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe, I think, by the way, not to even spoil my prediction, but I think we get a new champ there.
I agree.
But he's at the top of the Don Callis family, plus Takeshita and Okada. Those are the three. Like, those are the main event acts as far as that family is concerned. Takeshita
Right.
and Okada are beefing, and they're about to beef for at least the next month,
Easily.
right? So there's no other like up to the same caliber as Kenny Omega wrestler in the
No.
Don Callis family. So when that would happen wouldn't happen until like next year, if we even let it happen.
If
So I
that.
think like it's just time to just move on. Like I don't think there's a big blow up at this point. I think like to me, the only way I see this rolling out is like Kenny Omega, they do this little match or whatever, and then this gets put on hold. It's not stopped, it doesn't end, it's just put on hold for right now. They'll get back to it at some point, but we just gotta have some kind of fresh matchups. Like
I
just
agree.
do something different.
I agree, man.
Yeah. All right, so we're not done. I thought that was the last match. This is the last match. Kyle Fletcher, he's the TNT champ. He's defending against Mark Briscoe. If
Let's see it.
Briscoe loses, he's forced to be a member, yet another one, of the Don Callis family. But that is why I am going with the new champ being the good Sir Mark Briscoe. Finally getting a very key, marquee, big singles
Right.
victory in AEW. Although he's had those ROH victories, he hasn't had that championship run here. New TNT champ. And then we get back to the open titles, man. Like, Briscoe's always down for a fight. So
Yeah, he's down to
that'll
definitely
be
have
fun.
a match. Although it's probably going to be with more Don Callis family members, but let's not speak that up. You know,
Whatever.
let's just get to
Whatever.
one.
One thing at a time, man.
Yeah, one thing at a time.
Nah, new champ.
New champ. I'm with you. New champ. New champ. I think it's time. We don't need another Don Callis member. Tease, joke. We don't need any of it right now. Like we don't need any variations of it. So
At the
let's just
family
nip it in the
reunion.
bud. Yeah. Let's nip it in the bud. Kyle can move up in the ranks. He can finally start to, maybe get into a blood feud with somebody else of a babyface stature that matters. Maybe him and Swerve, when Swerve returns, they'll start to get entangled and have their spinoff of Hangman and Swerve. You know what I'm saying? That's a new pairing that I don't mind seeing. Like maybe Kyle Fletcher, Darby Allin. That's a new pairing I don't mind seeing. Kyle Fletcher, Kenny Omega. I mean, that's probably what we probably will be seeing. Like some type of variation like that. So.
Can I ask you guys a question? Who are some other potential contenders for the TNT Championship outside of Mark Briscoe?
Whoever they feel like having
for Kyle Fletcher.
For Kyle Fletcher, so you got to think babyface.
Yeah.
Whoever they feel like having a match that particular day and week, because it just be on the fly with the contender matches or the title matches. Like one Dynamite, it'll just be Kyle Fletcher defending against Mystico for the hell of it. So it's like you just never know. Like when it comes to contender matches, I feel like we have a tough time predicting those. It literally is, like we joked about, it's so unpredictable that like Voldemort Jr. will have a title match against Kyle Fletcher next week on Collision.
It's partially like the nature of that title, but it's also like Eddie Kingston can go from the pre-show to a title match on Wednesday, like that.
That's
you know what I mean?
So I don't know. For some reason, I don't know. Maybe it's because I like Kyle Fletcher. I feel like he's gonna retain this belt, and I feel like he's got. If somebody's, I don't know if Mark Briscoe is gonna be the guy to take it off of Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher is kind of like they got to get somebody a little bit more decent to take it off of him. Maybe
it won't be Eddie Kingston. Go from blue right to that. It ain't gonna be Eddie Kingston. It might as well be the guy who's just been feuding with your whole faction for the last 4 months.
Like, is Mark Briscoe built like that to really take it off of Fletcher?
Yeah, Ring of Honor World Champ, definitely. Yeah, I think so.
And like he's as far as like crowd connection, also he's a guy that he's forever over. You know what I mean? Super connected, always gets a reaction. Yeah, and the matches always hit. You know what I mean? I just think like he's been unfortunately like the lovable loser when it comes to big matches.
And it's enough. We've all collectively had enough of this.
Yeah, he has to get that win.
Lovable loser.
Because by the way, he's lost already to Kyle Fletcher in the title match. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
he if he beats him again, that's just like what are we doing with Mark Briscoe? Also, like this ain't the first one.
They're neck and
okay.
neck apparently. Like when it comes to like their match count, like they're like Alcaraz and Sinner. Like they've traded wins back and forth with Fletcher winning the latter because of his stature right now. So it's like he's got more wins, but Briscoe could definitely even this up if he can get on the board and finally beat him. I hope it's the end though. I'll tell you what, regardless of winner, whoever wins, I hope it's the last time they see each other. I don't want to see these two feud again. Like no World's End, no Dynamite rematch. Let's move on. Like cool Kyle Fletcher off for a couple weeks. Let him just regroup and then move Mark Briscoe into a new feud with somebody else.
If all right, I still want Fletcher to win, but if he loses, I feel like that means they're preparing him for like a whole nother picture, maybe main title
Yeah, like that's
picture,
an
maybe.
upper mid card close to the main event. We
Or the
need
Continental Classic.
heels. Continental
Yeah,
and the C. Yes, there we go. The C2.
that's what happens, if that's the end result of Mark Briscoe winning the belt and Fletcher losing it, then all right, for me, he can lose it then, because I like him and I don't see any reason why, unless they're entering him into like bigger picture, for him to lose a title.
I also think
He's
like this.
that guy. Kind of like, why does Dom Mysterio gotta lose a title? Oh, it's something
Yeah.
like whatever happened. You know what I mean? It's like that's how I look at it.
He's also a guy like I could see Mark Briscoe having a nice little run with this, but I could also see this being a title or maybe the national. Like Kyle Fletcher to me is still at that stage in his career where he can feud with somebody back and forth over a title for a little bit of time. I immediately think about Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels, right? Like
Okay.
for a while they can feud, flip flop back and forth. I'm not saying that that it's this feud. It could be Kyle Fletcher and maybe another somebody coming up.
Right.
But he seems like a guy like, he can drop this title and feud over another title without it being the top title. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fair.
But I could also like that Continental Classic got his name written on. He's just gonna get busy in it.
C2 gonna be nice, yo. I'm looking forward to C2.
Yeah, man.
That was
And
a good
that
episode, man.
is Full Gear, man. That was Full
Sir.
Gear. That was MLW. He's watching that Don Gato. I got TNA on the tube right now. We started out with Mike Santana in the ring, so I'm gonna see what he was talking about. Good sir birthday, man. It's good to see your face, brother.
Easy.
Oh yeah, man. I'm glad I got to really
Pulling
chop
up,
it with
bro.
you guys, man. Man, I got so many other things. I definitely want to chop it with you guys, but we'd be here literally maybe until the next morning.
We
Till
going
the
to
side.
pull up, man. You know you got the open invite. We want to come through next recording. You know we got you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. For sure, for sure. And then do what we do best, just really break it down like
Okay.
how we know it.
We'll get
So
this weekend. We're gonna be tapped in. I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna catch the pay-per-view.
Absolutely.
definitely.
With that being said, man, y'all already know what it is. It's the mightiest of the mighty, the Ringside Club. We out of here, man. Peace.
Peace, y'all.